right, guys, welcome to tonight's stream. Sorry I wasn't here last week. Was taking a little bit of a break. Um, well, today we're going to be talking about Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy. I've gotten several messages about, hey Josh, now that the Pro Tour is over and we're kind of in a dead format, just waiting for the next set. And season 9 Blitz is around the corner. What's the best warrior to bring to skirmish season, with Zen running around, with Briar, Dash, Blaze, Lexi. There's a lot of very, very, very strong heroes in Blitz. Kasai LL'd, so what do we do? So today I'm going to make the argument that you should be playing Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy. Now, is she tier 1? Is she on the level of Zed and Briar and Blaze and all those other heroes? Probably not. Reinhardt, how could I forget about Reinhardt? But I do think that Quicksilver Prodigy is quite good in Blitz. And, well, Blitz is like my roots, so I gotta go back to my roots once in a while. So good to see you guys in chat. I hope normally I cover CC, but like I said, we're in a little bit of a dead format. So let's have a little bit of fun. So we're going to do a live deck build because I want to explain a little bit about the differences between the Dorintheas, so the OG Dorinthea and the Quicksilver Prodigy. I want to talk about some card choices, and there's quite a bit of foundation work that has to be laid before we just jump into games, right? So let's see here. Let's see if I can do this correctly. All right. Okay. So, all right. So you guys can see that. Okay. So we're at Fabric right now. I guess let's start with this, right? For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Blitz format, I will give you the TLDR. You bring a young hero. No duh, right? 52 cards. So this used to be 51 plus your hero card, but now we have a little bit of a sideboard, which is interesting. You have to present a 40-card deck. You can have up to 2 copies of each unique card. Obviously, if they say legendary, you can have only 1. And the round is 35, best of 1. Okay, I guess the main thing is going to the card legality policy. Okay, so you cannot play all of these cards here because they are promos. We already knew that. So, Living Legend. So there are several heroes that have hit Living Legend. So Chain, Ira, Icelander, Kano, Kasai, Centauri, Sellsword, Oldhim, and Viserai. And there are several cards that are banned. So we have Aether Flare, Aether Wildfire. These obviously scale ridiculously in Blitz. Awakening, that was just too good. Ball Lightning, this was the cause of all the judge headaches. Berserk is too good in Blitz. Bloodsheath Skelett is banned in both formats. Crown of Seeds is banned in both formats. Jordan Brutality is banned in both formats, and that goes against the core tenets of the game. Duskblade is... we made a mistake. Heart and Crossstrap is only banned in Blitz, not in CC, because it just gives too much burst damage. Although this is kind of weird, because Courage of Bladehold is basically the same thing as Heart and Crossstraps for some heroes. If we get 2 resources on demand. So it's like, this one, I guess, just was too good with Reinhardt. It wasn't really that, Ninja sometimes use it as well, but it's mainly because with some of the lines in Reinhardt, things get kind of ridiculous. It's just too consistent. So now if they want extra resources, they got to roll for it. Or they use Tunic, or they use Savage Stash, I guess now that's what they would be using. So This is a little bit of an outdated ban. I don't know if they're gonna look at this or not. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. This and Stubby Hammerers was because Fi was one-shotting people. I remember in some side events when this was going on, like there was no interaction between me and the Fi deck, and he just like dealt through 12 block from hand, all my armor and 20 health. He took me to 3, and it was just stupid. Snapback, same as these, is just really, really good in Blitz. Yeah. Okay, so that's the ban list. Now, and these are the heroes that have LL'd. So I guess let's take a look here at the deck list. I think they had a Blitz tournament in New Jersey. So first place was Zen, second place was Zen, Reinhardt, Zen, Victor, Emperor, Zen. Not that surprising, guys. It kind of is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so Zen, Reinhardt, I already mentioned they're very good. Reinhardt, Kano is fun. Not Kano, KO, Dash, Briar. I guess let's just kind of look here. So in Blitz, let me talk about some of the heroes that I think are really, really good in Blitz. Arachne is actually very surprisingly good. You can get fatigued very, very easily. Now, obviously, Arachne sucks against a lot of the wizards and stuff like that, but like if you're a normal hero, there's a threat of fatigue. Azalea, less good in Blitz because she's forced to block earlier. Blaze, theoretically, should be very good. Yeah. Briar still hasn't LL'd, but very, very, very likely to LL in the first week, if I had to guess. OG Dash also very likely to go in the first week. OG Dory used to be a powerhouse, and I think, let's see. She might be getting close to LL, but it's not. Let's see. I mean, yeah, she's getting close, but she's not. She'll probably LL. She might not LL this season, but she's getting close, right? So I think for Blitz, it's what, 5 points per win or something like that. So definitely could get there. Reinhardt getting very, very close. Yeah. Obviously, Zen is gonna probably LL this season as well. So okay, so Emperor is also, I think, quite good, but difficult to play. Kasai is probably okay. But she doesn't really do anything unfair, so maybe that's, yeah, not the best. KO's fine, Lexi's fine. Prism and Prism AOT are very good, and one of the dumb things is that Prism AOT can use Luminaris, which is not very fun. Let's just put it that way. Let's look at some of the chat here. Quicksilver Prodigy also has the added benefit of people not understanding the interaction between Glistening Steelblade and letting you just win sometimes. Yeah, if your opponents don't read your hero card and the weapon and think about things, yeah, things can get very, very out of control. Just wanted to say props to you and the team for all the work with streaming. The last few days I've been slamming the books. Trying to get a semblance of something functional to stream. LGS games, okay. Well, yeah, we're glad that you enjoy our content. Thanks for supporting us. Again, said if you draw glistening early, you win. If you don't, if not, you don't. Well, here's the interesting thing about. We're gonna get into this, but I'm gonna preface this that for those of you who have been playing Dorinthea a long time or listening to me talk about Dorinthea, I talk a lot about hand selection is very important. You need to be very disciplined with which hands you attack with, which hands you defend with. And that is taken to another level with Quicksilver Prodigy. Because the amount of hands that you can play is even higher than Dorinthea, but the amount of hands you should play is substantially less. You are basically playing defense and waiting for Supremacy or Glistening Steel Blade or some other really, really, really impactful play. If not, you're basically just blocking. Because the best turns with Quicksilver Prodigy look different than the best turns with Dorinthea. We'll get into that way more, though. Arachne is just a worse new, though. I haven't played against young noob at all, so yeah. But I do remember Arachne being like oddly good in Blitz, but yeah, because if you lose cards in your deck in Blitz, that's substantially worse. Arachne ASC. I was generally talking about the vanilla Arachne, but maybe this one too. I don't know. Enigma New Moons has some legs too. Yeah, I mean this should theoretically be good too. I don't know. Lexi Eyes can be very obnoxious. Yeah, I mean Lexi has Shiver Lexi and Voltaire Lexi are both really good. Okay, anyways, back to this. Prism and Prism AOT are very, very good and very, very annoying. Reinhardt, one of the top decks in the format, probably going to LL. Shiana, actually, is getting close to like... I don't think people have really explored this hero, but the amount of specializations that have entered the game, we could get into some degeneracy sometime soon. So, and this is a hero that I think a lot of people forget to bring Arcane Barrier against. Because people just... The amount of people that have played against a Shiana, like... Let's take a poll in chat. Have you ever played a match against Shiana? And how long have you been playing? Okay, I've played for 4 years. Almost 4 years now. And I've had like 5 games against Shiana. And a lot of their builds try to kill you at the very end of the game with arcane damage. So this is something to kind of watch out for. And if she becomes busted, you know, this is a legendary from Crucible War, right? So yeah. Shiana's just big stuff and pummels. There are many ways to build her. That's the thing. Never. Yeah, exactly. All right. We got Terra. This hero's new. Somebody at my LGS was playing him. We had a Blitz event yesterday, and he was playing Terra. So Terra is legal. Same with was it not Verd? Well, what was the Aurora, right? Was the other Blitz deck that was released at Gen Con. So they're both legal for the skirmish season. And then the other one, okay, I mean Victor is pretty strong as well. Mainly because other than Reinhardt, there's really no meta threats to him, and he's, decent against the illusionists, and just overall is going to be in a pretty strong position. Has, Guardian 3 blocks plus all the armor. Vincent is also fairly good in Blitz, kind of borrowing on the strengths of Viscerai. Yep. And finally, Yoji, the secret, or not so secret, one of the most busted decks in Blitz. Can run 15, 16, 17D reacts and, try to drag the game out. One of the most annoying heroes to play against. I played 9 months and played 5 or 6 games against Shanna because there's one guy that brings it every week. Oh, there you go. Never, and I've been playing for 3 years. Yeah, there you go. So, okay. So, like I said, there's that's kind of the rough overview of the meta. TLDR, if you're trying to win, you probably play Blaze, Briar, Dash, Emperor, KO, Lexi, either Prism is good, Reinar, Victor, Vincent, or Yoji, and Zen. Of course, Zen is so strong that this is actually a very interesting situation, because it's like Zen is so clearly busted in Blitz that if LSS does nothing, he's gone in 2 or 3 weeks. So the question is, are they just going to be like, yeah, all right, Zen's a huge headache in Blitz. Just let him LL in 2 weeks and we don't have to deal with him? Or does LSS after maybe week 1 be like, holy crap, Zen's winning everything. Let's put our bonds ban in. Let's, put some other stuff in. I don't know what they could do to curtail Zen. It's just, I mean, we saw literally what was it, 5 or 6 of the Battle Hardened in New Jersey. Yeah. Okay. So let's start talking a little bit about Quicksilver, Prodigy, and OG Dorinthea. So these are 2 of my deck lists. These are fairly old. This one is from a year ago. This is what I played at the Battle Hardened in Las Vegas. And this one is from Skirmish Season 7, which was a year ago, right? So these are older lists. But there's a lot we can learn from these lists. So let's quickly talk about the difference between Dory and Dory QP. So OG Dory has the same text, young and old. Once per turn effect, when your weapon attack hits, you may attack an additional time with that weapon this turn. We all know and love that text. Now, Quicksilver Prodigy's text says the first time Dawnblade Resplendent says naming a weapon, whereas the other Dory is just your weapon. Okay. The first time Dawnblade Resplendent gains Go Again. Each turn, you may attack an additional time with it this turn. So, basically, you have Twinning Blade as your hero ability, which is very, very strong. All right. The downside is you need to play with Dawnblade Resplendent, right? Which is this weapon. Okay, obviously Dory plays with Dawnblade. Dawnblade has a base of 3, 1 resource attack. If it's the second time it has hit this turn, you get a +1 counter, and then all the counters fall off if you don't hit. Dawnblade Resplendent only deals 2. Okay? Only costs 1 resource to attack, and it says the second time you attack with Dawnblade each turn, it gains +1 until end of turn. Okay? So it does not gain a benefit from hitting twice. But of note, it doesn't have this clause here which says at the beginning of your end phase, if Dawnblade has not hit, remove all +1 counters. So obviously this synergizes extremely well with Glistening Steelblade. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this hero came in a product called Classic Battles, which was the first of its type. Where is it? Right here. Okay, Classic Battles, Rhino versus Dorinthea. Also came with a lore book, which was quite cool. A theme for warriors is they have some sort of traumatic event that kind of shapes them into adulthood. So this is basically Dorinthea, went into the Savage Lands and, she wasn't strong enough yet, right? And because she wasn't strong enough, people that she cared about died. And so that's why, she's trained more and more and more, right? The lore is actually quite interesting. I know for some people they do not care about the lore, but yeah, this is where she came from, right? And this is where the alternate art Reinhardt came from as well. And inside of this product was one copy of this card, right? And this is really the cornerstone of our offense. So remember how I said a little bit earlier that our hand selection is going to be very different? So let's look at how the OG Dory list looks like, right? So we have more attack reactions in OG Dory because we have to get our weapon to hit. We have things like Warrior's Valor, whereas Quicksilver Prodigy is not going to be running Warrior's Valor. Now, both lists have a Twinning Blade, but I think we actually can move away from this. And both lists are probably running some defensive cards in the sideboard, right? OG Dory is going to be running Bolters, and Quicksilver Prodigy could run Bolters or Dynamos. I think Dynamos is a little bit better, because they're basically, if you refresh your Dynamos 2-3 times, you probably have stopped some stupid breakpoints from occurring. So, and most decks are not like filled to the brim with breakpoints. So, using your armor correctly is really, really nice. But there's a greater emphasis on ensuring that our stuff hits. Okay? Whereas Quicksilver Prodigy, we look at this build, the equipment is a little bit different. Okay? Still running AB3, but we have Dynamos in the leg slot, and we have Iron Song Versus. Mainly because our cost curve is going to look a little bit different. So if you look here, Hit and Run is played as a rainbow. Now, the one way to look at it is that Quicksilver Prodigy is kind of like Kasai, Centauri Sellsword in particular, and Dorinthea kind of together, right? You're going to attack twice each turn if you can. But it's not like you can't, because you're running a two-handed weapon, you can't run things like Blade Runner, right? So Hit and Run is basically our Blade Runner. And then Run Through, this was a card that was also in the Dory versus Reinhardt Classic Battles. So this says target sword, right? Yellow Blade Runner says target one-handed weapon. So that's why Kasai would run through and Blade Runner, and Hatchet's Dory would just run Blade Runner, and Quicksilver Prodigy or Dawnblade Dory runs, just run through. Also, Blade Flash was another card that came in that deck, but I think this has been kind of probably outclassed at the moment. I'll also note that I think 12 blues is a little low. So we might change that. But yeah, you see there's not that many attack reactions. We just have like 5, and then we have route. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think this Twitting Blade is probably necessary. These punctures obviously are going to become Blade Flurries. The Nourishing Emptiness could become Gore Belching plus Rouse. I quite like that combination. And then Drone of Brutality was just a placeholder. Basically, it's like insert whatever 2 cards you want that are poppers. So, yeah. So, you'll note things like Slice and Dice are here as well because this is just like strong value. Slice and Dice, Valiant Dynamos plus, Sink Below Fate for Scene provide a lot of value. And Slice and Dice is also going to work very nicely with things like Shift the Tide of Battle. I think we'll probably play 1 shift, maybe 2. We probably need an Iron Song Determination in the deck list as well. And we need to consider a little bit about the sideboarding for the matchups. Yeah. I remember that Battle Hardened in Vegas very well. What do you remember from that Battle Hardened? Let's Zen Starvo his way out. LSS should be held accountable to criticism if the hero is obnoxiously powerful. Yeah, Belittle Minnowism, Plunder Run Chain. I remember that. Oh boy. Good morning, Dennis. Nice to see you here. I really like Grains for this hero. I actually think I heavily prefer Courage. Because one of the strongest plays you can make is like hit and run, break Courage, swing, reset Dynamos, or if you have an agility token. And Grains is best if you have like a bunch of resources floating, which means you have to have a lot of attack reactions. So the reason like Grains is good in like Dawnblade Dory is because you have the option. It's like, okay, they blocked. Okay, now we push over. Oh, they didn't block. Okay, we just make Vigor tokens. We could discuss that a little bit more, but I do think in Blitz, Courage of Bladehold is very, very good. Determination to connect on hits. I think Determination actually is mainly just for going when you go first, turn 0. Also, that plus Route kills from a very, very high life total. Grains, he was better for a long game, similar to... It's not just about long games, it's about the play pattern of this deck. This deck only attacks when you draw literally Supremacy and Glistening, generally. Whereas this Dorinthea, because you have Bolters and you have Courage, as soon as you like smell weakness, or you draw Supremacy, Valor, Spoils of War, and then any of these attack reactions, you basically can go. And this style of Dory actually needs to push much harder. Whereas this Dory is like very content to play slowly. Which means you're blocking, which means you're not using Grains. Like if you have 1 card, then yeah, Grains would be better because you can like pitch it, swing Dawnblade Resplendent with Iron Surge versus active, on hit make a token, I guess, would be fine. But generally we're either blocking with 4 cards or 2 cards or 0 cards. Oh, hi Thorn. Yeah, the overpowered turn 1 that blew up your husk. I remember now. Yes. Sorry about that, bro. Who needs Null Rune? That might be a good point, Mr. Blood. Like, we think about who's dealing arcane damage. Okay, we have Blaze, but nothing really... Like, Aether Flare is banned, right? And Aether Wildfire. So, like, Yeah, so that might not be an issue. You don't run AB into Briar anyways. Emperor. Yeah, I mean, I think we could probably get away with AB2. Maybe, I don't know. We'll kind of play it by ear. But like Icelander and Kano being gone, you know, AB1 is sufficient against Vincent, even though they typically run Rosetta Thorn, and then you could run AB against Prism. Probably not though. You really want all the armor to stop their on hits. So, okay, so we kind of use this as a frame, and yeah, well, basically, because this like I said, this deck list is like a year old, right? And heavy hitters came out, and I played this deck list during season 7 skirmish. Maybe even season 8. I don't even remember if I played any in season 8. But yeah, we'll get to building the deck now. I guess we'll catch up on chat, and then I do want to look at Fabric a little bit, and then we'll build the deck. Let's go Dory. She gives so much value on 2 or 3 card hands. That's very true. Should we consider gore belching post browse because it's funny? No, I think it's really good. That's a 1 card 7. And because we don't care about protecting our Dawnblade counters, and we don't really care about their armor that much, I think it's better than Nourishing. And if you play against a deck that has Codex, which is a decent amount of heroes in the game, it's like, okay, Codex, fine. I'll get back my gore belching. It's pretty good. Can they start printing cards that say stuff like target weapon gets +3 if it hits defending hero discards 1 card? I wish, Matt. Unfortunately, warriors are currently relegated to positive on hits instead of negative on hits. Negative on hits with attack reactions is assassin's territory. On hits that are positive with attack reactions is warrior's territory. You absolutely should respect Blaze. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to include Sigil and Nullrune. I don't think we need Oasis. The Oasis was here because when I built this deck, Kano was legal. And Icelander was also legal, I think. So. Well, at least the idea of Blaze, since I doubt many people own a copy. I mean, people will own copies if they really want to play it. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's quickly look at this. Yeah. Oh, another thing. This card came in the Dory versus Reiner deck. While Hala is face down in your arsenal at the start of your turn, you may turn her face up. While she's face up in arsenal, whenever a sword attack you control hits against Go Again, put a lesson counter on Hala if they're too. Okay, so this is like, okay, we need to get our stuff to hit, but I actually don't like that style of Dory QP. I like the idea of just giving things Go Again, not relying on this Warrior's Valor-esque effect. Okay. Courage Dynamos. Yep, this looks very normal. Stonewall Gauntlet might be a consideration. Like, it's good against Zen, I guess. Balance of Justice, probably worth the slot against Zen. Reinhardt's probably worth it. I do like Crown of Providence a decent amount, especially considering that we have, if we go Gore Belching Rouse, we actually have a no block in our deck, so syncing that is quite important because there's some matchups where you actually pivot to Fatigue. So yeah, I think we'll probably include both helmets. Okay, some absolute madmen are running Decimator Great Axe. Okay, looks pretty standard. Goblet, this is a card we're gonna definitely want to include a little bit. Determination would be fine. Emboldened Blade, we might see some play with Emboldened Blade. Driving Blade will probably make the cut. Maybe push forward, we'll see. Yeah, here we go. The Gore Belching Rouse combo being used quite a bit. Okay, some agile windups being used, sure. Yeah, Glint, Run Through, Blade Flurry, Singing Steel Blade. This seems all very normal. I think actually we probably don't run Iron Song Response because we don't want too many cards that are reprise dependent, and Blade Flurry is just better than Iron Song Response. In the swing, probably replaces Iron Song Response, basically. Overpower makes sense. Route makes sense, obviously. Shift the Tide of Battle, I think, probably going to include 2 copies, at least 1. And then we kind of fall off a bit. Puncture is probably too old school. Blade Flash, 2 block. Iron Song Response, maybe. Course in the sideboard, maybe. I don't think we need Twinning Blade. This is kind of old school. Maybe we'll put a Fatal Engagements in. I don't know. Agile, maybe. Sink Below, I think, is very good. I don't like shunts in this deck list. I think Fate Foreseen is also going to be pretty good. That's all you got. Got to consider the meta game a little bit. Good against Dash, good against Briar. That's pretty much it. Good against Zen, maybe. Against the Kakara, but not thrilled about that. Take It on the Chin could see some use. This is a pretty solid card. Oasis I don't think is very good. Iron Song Pride, do not play this card. It makes your counters fall off. And Sigil I think is criminally underplayed. So, okay, so now we kind of looked at what other people are building. Let's make our own deck. All right, so Dory QP. All right, so let's think. I got a buddy that got a lot of blazes for folks. I would expect at least 2 to 3 extra skirmishes. I guess especially if they were playing, if you live near Indianapolis, that would make a lot of sense. Oasis is necessary for Blaze and Emperor. Is it? I actually think Sigil of Solace is a better gotcha against them. Because what... They're not Kano, so they don't have access to Blazing Aether. They don't have access to Aether Flare. They don't have access to Aether Wildfire. The only amp effect they have is Kindle and Toma Aether Wind if they want to buff it. And there's another one, right? Is it Cindering Foresight? I don't know the name of it. Yeah, maybe tell me a little bit why you think Oasis is like necessary against Blaze and Emperor. Because I'm interested to know. All right, let's get this going. All right, Courage of Bladehold obviously in. Dawnblade Resplendent obviously in. Like I said, I think we're gonna run out of sideboard slots, and I don't actually think Grains is that good in this deck list. We're gonna go with Iron Song Versus instead of Bracers because if they're blocking our first attack, it's not gonna hit. Plus, this operates a little bit better on our cost curve because we play hit and run. We probably don't need a Jubil. There are times when I really love Refraction Bolters, but I think if you set up properly, you only need this for Steelblade Supremacy turns, right? And I think if you set up properly, you're gonna be fine. So we're gonna go with dynamos. And so trying to think. This unfortunately doesn't fit our cost curve. Yeah. I it's just the main thing is it's too black. I just don't like it. All right, Blade Flurry obviously going to be played. Really, really, really strong card. Commanding Performance. Theoretically, this is good, but I don't know how you'd have to like combine this with like Courage of Bladehold and Glistening. This could be okay. Like I don't know. We'll put it in the maybe. It's a maybe. All right, red hit and run. I think we're gonna stick with the rainbow hit and runs, so we're definitely gonna run those. In the swing, I think is pretty solid. One or two is the question. Let's run two for now. Puncture is, yeah, that's more of a OG Dory thing. Route, we probably want one. I don't know if we really need it, but I guess it's just too good with Singing Steel Blade and turn 0. Yeah, probably want one, maybe even two. Oh, I missed one. Slice and Dice. Probably gonna make the deck. It's just, 0 for 4. Spoils of War. It's gonna be good enough. Supremacy obviously is gonna be there. Take it on the chin. I'm gonna put this as a maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this is good enough. Probably it is. Emperor is 12ing you on your turn with Emeritus plus Waning Moon. Yes. That's why the Sigil of Solace against Wizards is really, really, really good tech. Because they think they won the game. They did the math. You emptied your hand and then you Sigil from Arsenal and they instantly lose the game. If you put Sigil into Arsenal and they go for a kill. What's the worst matchup for New Moon? I have no idea. I presume anything that's aggressive or split damage is going to be hard. Vincent, Zen, Briar. Anything fast like Dash. Yeah, Blaze cannot actually increase damage on stuff anymore. Oasis does nothing. Stir the Aetherwind is back, right? That's interesting. Stir the Aetherwind is back. Huh. Hey Josh, I won a skirmish and made top 4 in another one with Dory QP last season. I was a frustrated Kasai player. See what I said? This deck plays a lot like Kasai. And had his deck banned 1 week before I could ever play it outside an armory. Well, your dynamos can be worn by Dorinthea, so don't worry about it. I gave her the nickname the Blonde Kasai. Pretty much. I've tried Agile Engagement and Commanding Performance and had them just be utter blowouts like 10% of the time and just terrible 40% of the time. That is my general feeling on those cards as well. I made some Dory fanboys very unhappy. Okay. I think you could call her Blonde Kasai. Why not? The only thing is that, Dory came first. That's the thing. Kasai at home. Something like that. I bring in the one of Route for Guardians. Sure. Zen is brutal. Briar's super tough for... You're talking about for New Moon, yeah? Yo, yo, yo. Hope all is well, mi amigo. I'm doing well, Andy. I hope you are doing well as well. We're talking about how to play Warrior and Blitz in Season 9. Okay, so Take It on the Chin, I think, is probably in the sideboard. I could see the argument for having it, not having it. Any other cards here? Like I said, we don't need Warrior's Valor type effects because we're not relying on our weapon hitting to give the Twinning Blade effect. Okay, Chorus of Iron Song. This is interesting because so we have how many prevention effects are there in Blitz? That's the question. Basically, this is against Prism, AOT, and what? This is a maybe as well. This might see some play as like this might actually be for the Courage token more than anything. I don't know. All right. Moving on. Obviously, our namesake card, Glistening Steelblade, gonna be there. Yellow Hit and Run. Very strong card. We're gonna be playing the Rainbow Hit and Runs. Iron Song Determination. We probably want one at least. This is good turn 0 as well. But only if you combine it with like very particular cards, because we don't have that many attack reactions actually. So, man, lead with speed is. I think we're gonna have to be very disciplined in terms of like having our deck block for 3. Remember, we're kind of playing like we're playing very slow. We're playing very disciplined. We're picking our hands very carefully. Okay, next page. All right, Run Through is a really, really good card in this deck. Shift the Tide of Battle is also very good. Combines well with Blade Flurry, Slice and Dice, Supremacy, Determination. At least one, maybe even 2. Singing Steelblade, also the GOAT, gonna come in as a 2 of, obviously. And because we don't run Iron Song response, like we're never gonna draw like a hand with this super reprise dependent. And because we don't have to protect our counters as Dory QP, we can just say, okay, I mean, we'll just block. Twinning Blade, I mentioned how I don't think we need this anymore in QP builds. Mainly because without bolters, it's really hard to swing 3 times. And the only times you'd want to swing 3 times anyways is with Supremacy and Glistening. And you'd rather have a pub or something else here. Okay. Going to the blues. So Driving Blade is probably good enough, but it doesn't fit the cost curve very well, but it does up our go again count, which if we're going second is pretty important. So I think this probably makes a cut. Maybe we put Blade Flash in here instead. It's close. Emboldened Blade might be good enough. we might actually not have enough good blues. So we'll see. We'll put those in for now. Fatal Engagement is probably fine. Yeah, it's probably good enough as a one of. Glint, obviously gonna make it in. Goblet, probably as a one of, maybe even a two. We'll put one in the main, one in the sideboard. I really want to be careful how many 2 blocks we put in our deck. Hit and Run, obviously very good. Does Iron Song Response Blue make the deck list? That is a good question. Question is, how many blues do we want? I think we want like 14 blues, roughly. We're at 10. We also have Rouse, Overpower. Oh, God. This card. Guys, remember Dusk Till Dawn where they decide to give us this card? Oh, my God. I switch in Chorus of Iron Song for New Moon. I don't know if it's worth a spot, but shrugs. Yeah. I mean, Chorus as a one of is probably good. Is regular Enigma just not a thing in Blitz then? I have no idea. Enigma doesn't have time to set up the board. That's generally correct. I like the singing for Twinning Blade tech, but yeah, it was a little too cute. The thing is, without bolters, you're not going to hit 3 times, so I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Obviously, Overpower Blue makes it in. Precision Press makes it in. Push Forward, in theory, is good, but I think that's a little too cute. Do we want to shunt to... Probably not, because this, if we have to block, this turns 2 of our cards into 2 blocks. Blue Slice and Dice, maybe. Like, this is probably the best blue if we really need more. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, so what else do we need? We need Rouse and Gore Belching. And then what? Okay, so kind of like this. I want Sync, Fate, and Sigil. And yeah. Okay, so how many cards is this? 50. We don't have any Null Rune either yet. We don't even have a helmet. Okay, so let's work on that. Balance is pretty good. Crown of Providence is also pretty good. Null Rune. We want the boots. And... Huh. What do you guys think in terms of Arcane Barrier? It's just one? Okay, so let's see. We're at 14 blues, which is where I want to be. We got 2 hit and runs, 2 driving blades, 2 emboldened blades, 2 glints. Yeah. I could see switching the emboldened blades for Slice and Dice. You're never really playing Slice and Dice, though. This might be just barely good enough. How many decks are running D-Reexo against you? There's not that many in Blitz, right? That are going to be running D-Rex. Head and Gloves? We'll add them for now. We might not have enough space. Okay, what do you guys think about the emboldened blades? And do you think we can afford, like, blade flash instead of driving blade? I think we want to minimize the amount of 2 blocks. We already have 2 blocks and a no block. Should this be slice and dice? Should this be fatal engagement? This might just be good, and this might just be fine, I think. Yoji has a lot of D-Rex. That's true, but this Dorinthea actually can fight decently against the Yoji. Because he barely has any on-hits, and you have enough armor for that. And it's not like your turn gets shut down if he blocks your first attack. So you basically just, you know, keep attacking twice with your weapon. I think we'll just use this as our blue base. 14 blues. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like we could go with the shift in the main board. So let's move that up. I don't know if I like the determination, to be honest. It does synergize well with the shift though. All right, we'll put it in like that. Okay, so we're just missing. So what? I don't know, man. The determination and the route, I think, are like a package. We either play them or we don't play them. And having blue precision press. Yeah, we have it here. I think Sink Below is gonna be main deck. I don't know. My gut says that these are actually sideboard cards is the thing. Route. Do we have... Is 14 blues too many? Uh, 84 to have 1? 81 to have... I think we could go down to blue. Which is the least impactful blue here? Driving blade or emboldened blade? Probably emboldened blade. Let's cut an emboldened blade. All right. And then we can bring the Sink Belows into the deck. And we have a deck list that looks like this. Actually, you know what? Let's sideboard this properly. Okay, so we have 36 main. We're still 1 card over. I think we could cut a AB. Okay, we'll run like this. All right. We didn't include Take It on the Chin. Huh. Let's think. Does Slice and Dice give more value, or does Take It on the Chin give more value? So Slice and Dice is going to be 4, and then you indirectly get a Dynamo reset as well, right? So it's 5. 4 to 5, depending on how you count it. Take It on the Chin, blocks 2, and then unlocks your next turn. I think we have too many go against for it to be good. It's weird. I could see the slice and dice being to take it on the chin, but I'm not entirely sure. I think the slice and dice synergizes more with the supremacy and the glistening though, which is what we really need, right? Okay. Okay, so I think we'll just run it like this. Let's do some quick matchups here. Make sure our sideboard looks fine. Let's just say Zen for now. Zen is gonna look like most decks. So we don't need this, don't need this, don't need this, obviously. So against Zen, I think we run. Well, it depends if we go first or second, right? So we run the sinks, and then if we go first, we run these. If we go second, we probably run the. We probably run the sigils if we go second. And we run these if we go first, because this is very good turn 0 play. Yeah. Okay, I think actually we probably don't need to do this the matchups because it's pretty obvious what to do. So against arcane decks, we bring in these 4. Against non-arcane decks. Why do we have Fate Foreseen and Sigils? A question. Is there any matchup where we would bring in Sync and Fate and not Sigil? I guess there are some matchups where we do want D-Reacts, so... I don't know. This might be clunky. We'll figure it out. Okay, guys. Gore belching with agility is very good. I mean, gore belching just by itself is good. Okay, guys. I'm going to give you the link to what we've been brewing, and we're going to go play some games. This looks very similar to this one. The Iron Song responses and punctures were switched for In the Swing, and the other one... Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah. Okay. Let's play some games. Wonder if gore belching is good enough for CC? Maybe. Victor, Bravo, yeah. Extra D-Reacts is very good. Assassins. It's quite cool that there's like a small sideboard. I do like this, right? Because it's actually interesting because it's like, okay, going first, going second. It's like put the sigils in particular times. Sigil's really good in Blitz. All right, against Zen, we're gonna go second. All right, guys, this is the real test. Whether we have a good deck or not. All right, Balance, Dynamos, Courage versus Dawnblade Resplendent. We're going second, so let's run like this. See if we can draw a sigil early. Very unlikely we get super pressured on turn 0. So, all right, we're gonna run it like this. Let's go. Hey, turn 0 sigil. Let's go. Got some needles that need breaking. Okay, Mauling Key. Okay, so we have several options. Obviously, we're going to be attacking twice, so we don't need the Dynamos. Now, the question is, do we block with the In the Swing? I guess we block with the Sink Below. Just get max value. Probably put the In the Swing to the bottom, so we're more likely to draw blue. Yeah. All right, guys, if we can beat Zen with Dory QP, then this deck has legs. Blade Foe is pretty good. Might as well play this out now. Give us a blue deck. We have 13 of them. Okay, that's actually fine. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pitch the Glistening, but we could still use every card in our hand. We're going to put the Blade Flurry into the arsenal. Or the Slice and Dice, which one's better? The Blade Flurry is better. Okay, so we go Hit and Run. Go Slice and Dice. Swing Dawnblade, pitching the Glistening. So we're definitely going to want to shuffle our deck ASAP so we can get this online. No blocks from him. Okay. No reactions from us. Take 3. Swing again for base 3 plus 3 from Slice and Dice. Reset Dynamos on at the end of the turn. Okay, goes to 11. We arsenal this. Okay. This is a good hand. Okay, so let's think about how to play this. So we go Supremacy, Spoils, Swing. So we need our blue. We need this as our attack react. So we can block with this card, and we can block with our armor. This doesn't have an on hit, so we're just going to let this through. Probably Art of War. No? Okay. Take 3. We also want to break the needles. So let's... So... I'm actually fine giving up one of these cards to break a needle, I think. Descendant. So this was what? 100 wins into needle into Descendant. Interesting. Okay, no. He still hasn't played a blue, so he can't transcend. No blocks of the Descendant. He only has a Mauling Key in the graveyard as well, so... Chase the tail. Okay, so this is the end of his turn. So we can get some value out of this, obviously. But we also are kind of looking to... Because if he blocks heavily on this next turn... and we draw a good hand, but we need to use Courage. So we definitely want to get our value from this now. Even though there's no on-hit effect, we have to think long-term. Because this hand is going to pressure a lot. Right, so we'll block like this. Okay, take 1, go to 16. Okay, so we have a very, very good hand. So we'll go Supremacy. Pitch this. Now, also another thing. If he way overblocks and we don't get to draw from Supremacy, we can still break the Courage to swing. Which is going to be worth it because that's 5... value from the Dawnblade on hit, draw a card, plus the Dynamo reset. So that's another reason why we wanted to block with Courage there. Okay, so Supremacy, Spoils, Swing. This is why we did not play the Blade Flurry last turn. Is this Skirmish Prep? This is, well, it's a dead format in CC right now, so... This is me having some fun, bro. Alright, we draw a card. We make copper. Okay. So we could go Iron Song versus... So, oh, there... I should have played the Blade Flurry out. Oops. Because I'm very likely to draw another card here. Oops. Okay, we go Iron Song versus... Pitching this. And then we swing again. Block for 3 only? Block for 5? Okay. So now we have to Blade Flurry, so that's fine. Okay, we're going to get to draw a card, which is good. Okay. Precision Press is not what we want, but I think it is acceptable. Mainly because we're going to get an extra card, probably. Because this is going to be a ridiculous turn from him, right? All right, Zen. Let's see what you can do. Transcend. Sure. Sacred Art, Jade Tiger Domain. So he has 3 Crouching Tigers in hand. Okay, Belittle. Gonna reveal Crouching Tiger, go search for a blue. Alright, so he still hasn't drawn 2 cards this turn. And no on-hit effect on this, so we will just say no blocks. Art of War? Art of War, yep. Gonna banish Tiger. Sure. Alright, guys, he has 7 cards. Alright. Okay, so now we definitely want to block with this. Zen, sure. Going to tutor for Descendant, sure. Gonna play Descendant. Alright, so let's get our card value here. Okay, Bonds will break the balance. Okay, we drew another blocking card, which is good. All right, so he's going to go Bonds into Descendant, as expected. Okay, this comes in for 6. This comes in for... Well, that doesn't have an on-hit. So we just need to be cognizant of this, I think. Here, I mean, we could start blocking. We don't really need all these cards. Okay, just for 2, we'll let this hit. Second Bonds, gonna banish Chase the Tail. Sure. So we know he has several Crouching Tigers in hand because of the Sacred Art, wherever that is. Did he pay this? Or he did, okay. So he has 2 Crouching Tigers. He banished 1. This is much easier to keep track of IRL. Yeah. I mean, we could start... We could keep blocking. It's fine. We still have armor. We still have a sink below. We can cover up breakpoints. Okay. Crouching Tiger for 2. I mean, it's fine. We do want the dynamo values soon, though. Chase the Tail, gonna be for 5. And then the next Tiger will be for 4 because of the Jade Tiger Domain. Okay, let's start thinking about our turn. So we want to keep a blue plus the Precision Press would be decent. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Could be Maul Key at the end, which would be pretty disgusting. So Maul Key would come in for 6. So we kind of want to keep this and this for that. So I think we just block here and... Oh, I see another line, actually. We could break Courage of Bladehold, use Shift as our turn. That's probably better than... Yeah. This is committing pretty hard here. We might just have to block the whole turn. We'll see. Yeah. If this is Maul Key, we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, we have to give up the dream. So if this is Tiger into Maul Key, we just lose the game. So I have to keep these for that. This is ridiculous, guys. Remember, we went second and we had oh my god. We went second and we had a sigil. Please no mauling key. You can play perfectly and still lose, guys. Well, it is what it is, guys. Zen is stupid. So turn 3, he dealt technically 3 damage. So I'm at -3. I started the turn at 16, I think, or 11 at least. I had most of my armor. I had a D-React in hand. Jesus. Okay. GG. Yeah, Bonds needs to. This is quite the combat chain. I can't even look at it anymore. But yeah. The 2 value from the blade flare ended up didn't matter. Yeah. Let's stat up that damage. I don't know. Let's see. He dealt average value per turn 27. Hmm. It's actually the combination of Belittle with Art of War with 3 copies of Rainbow Bonds. It's just this gave him enough. This gave him an extra blue. Yuck. Okay. All right. Let's keep playing some games. Briar. Okay, Briar, we generally want to go second. Does Briar draw 2 cards? No. So we'll run Crown of Providence. Okay, we'll run like that. And we're going second. They do have some annoying breakpoints, but we have dynamos, so we should be okay. We'll probably run the same sideboard. I sure do love MST heroes. I love Dory QP, but I'm trying Lexi to slow Zen down. Yeah. That could be good. Frostlock, pretty good. You know, all the Frostbite's pretty good. Prism at 16 with barely any armor. Yeah, if I was Prism, I would have exploded on turn 1. Cool hero. Okay, let's play Dawnblade Dory OTK. That does not exist. I feel sorry. No, it's fine, dude. Really awesome design. It's wild how Belittle is legal. That is true. All right, Nimblism and Lightning Press pitched. Okay. Okay, so what do we do with this hand? I think we just play these and swing twice. We pitch these. The game might go long enough that we see Gore belching again. This hand would be much better if we had a blue, but it is what it is. Yep. All right. Spoils. Pitching that. Slice and dice. Swing. Brush it off. The card. Briar can draw 2 cards if they're on Royal, which is common for Briar and Blitz. Okay. I was going to expect this, or Spellbound Creepers, maybe. Blitz is not much fun to play, even after the bans either. That and Briar Spec card allows card draw. Okay. Okay, so he just took the damage. Sure. Technically, this is missing one value because Gore Belching would have came in for 7, but I guess it just keeps it in the deck. All right. I can't wait to see CMH again, guys. You know, the nice thing about Blitz is like it's like a journey back through time. Okay. Oh god, it's Plunder Run. Well, at least we have a D-React. That's useful, but we have a... This is not great. Ew. Okay, so we gotta give some armor and Singing Steel Blade. And if they Lightning Press, we could Sync Blow, maybe? We also might crown this to the bottom, or this to the bottom. Maybe this, crown this to the bottom. Because we need extra block this turn. Could also sink this to the bottom. But we saw him pitch a Lightning Press, but maybe he has another react. Or a breakpoint that we need to cover. So we'll go like this, and we'll crown the sigil away. Okay, we got a 3 block. Okay. No attack reacts from him. Sure. Okay, here we can go Dynamos plus Spoils. So Rosetta can still come in for 2 and 2, which is fine. Oh, just Arsenal Pass. Okay, so we could just make... We could just play Goblet, Arsenal, Sync Blow. Okay, we still haven't drawn a Supremacy or Glistening, so we're just kind of in a holding pattern at the moment. It's wild that the bonds bans weren't used in Blitz exactly. Hi Josh, thinking about taking Kasai to a battle hardened. What are your thoughts about her chances in the meta? I think Kasai's fine. She just doesn't do anything that's unfair. That's the issue. What in the world is this? What's up, Emery? And what's up, Rush? Glad to see you guys here. All right, standing order. He put a card to the bottom. Did this come from Arsenal? I think it did, right? So, I mean, snaps on this, I presume. So this hand is not amazing, but we have an agility, so we definitely want to attack with it. So we can block with these, just keep the Blade Flare in the hit and run. It's fine, I guess. Block a little bit. There's probably something more annoying coming. If he doesn't Snapdragon this, perfect. We'll take it. I presume this is Snapdragons or Razor Reflex or something. Like, you don't play like this, right? Oh, he has a CMH out. Okay, so he didn't put something... Okay, I see what's happening. Okay. Sure. Okay, so that... Yeah. I didn't... Yeah, I should have known. This is... If he put a card to the bottom, it would have been 6 power. I should know better. Talishar, man, and these non-physical games. Ugh. Oh, right. He makes embodiments. I forgot about that. Okay, Cokes. Sure. Here, I think we might... I mean, we get 3 value from attacking, 3 value from blocking, but I think it's better just to block. Yeah. Perfectly happy to slow the game down a little bit. Actually, we should deny him this, shouldn't we? Because a quicken token would be wasted, right? So let's do that. So we'll put the Blade Flare into the arsenal. Ooh, look at that. It's a flow counter. All right, so I want to use Iron Song versus on the second attack. Because this is likely to get an armor block. I thought about joining one of your games to get some Terra testing, but I don't have a working list yet. Yeah, if you want to play some games, we can. Okay, so he didn't block. Okay. Okay, let's go versus pitching the hit and run, and then swing. Hey Josh, I'm newer to Fab and running a Bolton Raiden deck very similar to yours. I do pretty well except into Azalea and Guardians. Any tips or videos to watch? So against Azalea, that is a pretty tough matchup if you don't have Warmongers. As for against Guardians, I would say one of the priorities, I presume you're talking about Victor, right? Is generally you want to play your Luminas at instant speed. So it's okay to take that matchup a little slower. Just don't get fatigued. All right. As for tips or videos to watch, I don't know if I have any specific matchups or matches on stream for those, but yeah. He has CMH out. He's snapping. Yeah, I realized that after I saw that it was for 7 instead of 6. Even with Warmongers, it's very hard to fight against Azalea. That is true. Modern Azalea lists are really, really, really... basically, you're going to get like one good turn, and you have to take advantage of it. All right. Well, Rouse needs to be sunk. And, I mean, we're just blocking, basically, with everything, I think. So... Did he play a non-attack? He didn't yet. Oh, this could be, what's it called? Revel in Runeblood. Yuck. All right, let's just sink the Rouse and see where we can go. We also don't have a go against source, so we do want to be pretty aggressive with our blocking. Actually, we do have a turn. We do technically have a turn. Huh. Well, I don't know. This was actually the wrong block. There could be a snatch. Oh, from hand. And no spellbound creepers to flash in anything. So is it Razor Reflex? I think we just take it, right? And we push back with this? I think we do want to stay a little bit healthy, though, because Revel in Runeblood's stupid. If this is Razor Reflex into Rosetta, we're going to be sad. Are we going to be sad if this is Razor Reflex into Rosetta? We take 7. We'd be at 1. Who plays Razor Reflex in Briar, right, guys? Block 3. Okay, Lightning Press. Sure. Okay. Glistening. Pitching. Swing. So if he has a D-React, we're really boned. Yeah, Victor mainly try to wait for Spirit Arena to launch Luminas. Yeah, because if you basically need your Luminas to connect to have a chance. Also, if you can have these with V's with what? V's with Snatch. That's also really, really good too. All right, he did what I expected him to do. I really hope he doesn't have a sink below. I'll be very sad. Or a reduced to rune chant, or a sigil of suffering. Sweet, it hit. Let's go. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now. So he has to give me a card. Or 8. Yeah, 8. He has to give me more than a card. Maybe. If he has enough arcane damage, I'm dead here, though. That's the issue. Unless I draw a sigil. The Zealot seems to be able to launch 10 to 14. That's basically what always happens. And which Warmongers? Warmongers Diplomacy. AKA the best bolting card. I forgot there's multiple Warmongers. Okay, so by him not blocking this, like I get another Dawnblade counter. So we didn't draw sigils, so if he has enough arcane damage, we're just dead. We have 3 block on our armor plus 12 block in hand, so we won't die to like physical damage. This is actually the best 2-card hand we can keep. So it's just gonna launch a huge E-strike at me. Okay. Man, if we had a hit and run, this courage would be great. Giving him a... Do I want to give him a embodiment? I think we have to, right? Because... we need to keep... Okay, if we drop... Can we drop to 1? We can't. Let's see. We're blocking with this. We're blocking with this. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go to 1. If we block here and this. We could keep this. That's probably the better play, right? Yeah. He could have a sink below. If we block... This is actually a huge decision, right? We're obviously blocking with this. Do we block with this? If he has sink below, we die to grasp. Let's think. So we attack for 4, so he's going to block with armor. Let's think about this. Because, okay. So this is coming in for 4. He'll block with this plus a card. And he'll also have an embodiment. He could just block with the card. And then I swing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 or 10. So he could block with... So let's say he has a 4 block on the first attack. And then he has this plus 2, 3 blocks. So he's only has 1 card in hand. Okay, so I think we go down to 1. Because even if he has sink below, he can't keep a card to grasp. Yeah. Gotta be brave. No AB drop to 1 against the Rune Blade. This should give him a ton of information, right? But what can he do? If he has a D-React, he can't keep a card. If he doesn't have a D-React and overblocks, I just put this in Arsenal. If he doesn't overblock and doesn't have a D-React, he's dead. So, okay, so there's the 4 block. Sure. So, oh, he's scared. He's thinking about more blocks on this. He's seen 2 Blade Flurries. He hasn't seen an Iron Song response. He hasn't seen a Puncture. He hasn't... I mean, he doesn't know I'm not playing them, but yeah. Sigil of Suffering is lethal, yes, but I'm calling his bluff that he's not running it. Okay, this block makes no sense. This block makes no sense. Don't. This is the wrong block. Okay, so now he's gonna die. Unless he has digital suffering, then I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna be very sad. If he had multiple 4 blocks, it's still not enough because this comes in for 10, and this is already blocked. So if he had like a 4 block on the first attack, 2 4 blocks on the second attack, he still dies. Oh. Yeah. So even if he added the snatch here, he's dead. So it doesn't, his misplay did not matter. All right, good game. Okay, interesting. Yeah, just sink below, plunder run, you know, good Briar stuff. Bramble Spark actually. Yeah, Bramble. I forgot about Bramble Spark. That could have dealt the damage. Missed the counter on the Iron Weave. Yeah, there's counters here. Okay. GG. All right. Should we join this Basilio game? That might be kind of fun. Okay, so what is this hero? Let's see. Um Okay, so create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this as if you've only activate this only if you played a lightning card. Cool. Yes, this is Aurora. This is the new hero. Pay to create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate only if you played a lightning card this turn. Is this hero going to draw 2 cards is the question. No, I think. All right. And do they deal a lot of arcane damage? I don't think so. So I think we just run the same thing that we did in the previous games. What do you think is the strongest list right now in the meta? Are you talking about CC or what? Okay, what is your weapon? Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure what weapon is this. Okay, what is this? Pitched Sizzle. Played Static Shock. When this hits a hero, if you've played a lightning card this turn, deal a damage to them. Okay, so he could have Lightning Press, right? It's like, I should block 9? I might not have a go again is the issue. And we don't want to block with Rouse, because that turns off our gore belching. So how likely is she to block is the question. I don't actually know. All right, if we get Lightning Press, we get Lightning Press, so be it. Okay, just going to make an embodiment, pitching Artibor, sure. Okay, they're going to Arsenal card, sure. Okay, we have Glistening, so this costs 1, this costs 3. We don't have we need double blue for this to work. So we could just arsenal the glistening, I guess. Although this is not very efficient. Okay, we can go spoils, pitching rouse. And I think we versus here because it's the break point. And then we swing. Because they don't really have a lot of armor. Okay, sure. This makes our job much easier. Okay, so no hit. Okay, swing again, pitching this. Put the glistening into the arsenal for later. Channel lightning valley could lead to multiple draws. Oh, okay. 1 for 1, but if they played a lightning card, it gets +1 and go again. Right. That's the weapon. I remember now. 1 for 1, possible go again. Okay, this hand is pretty decent. We have an attack react, and we have glistening, so that's nice. All right, so E-strike. Now, based on our list, maybe we want to look for Blade Flurry by putting Sigil to the bottom. Could be decent. So they got to draw a card. Okay. Crown, put this on bottoms. That might make this more threatening. Realistically, only Blade Flurry makes this hand better, but I think we still go for it. Okay. Entwine Lightning, revealing Weave Lightning. Okay. Okay. Do we want to end the turn with Spoils War in the arsenal? Probably. No fuse. Okay. So it's going to make a lightning token and then arsenal. Okay, so I guess we want the spoils in the arsenal at the end of this turn. It also makes this turn look more threatening. Okay, so I think we just take 5. Or take a little bit extra. I don't agree with lightning press there. And he had 2 floating, didn't make a... Oh, he did, okay. Okay, glistening. Time to get some tempo back. Dawnblade. This is actually not the greatest arsenal target. We would prefer a hit and run because it combines well with these. Really? Really? No blocks on that? Okay, they're mega committed to racing now. Hey Josh, you think Warrior is going to get better or worse going into Rosetta? Typically Runeblade and Wizard are not the greatest matchups for Warrior, but you never know what the expansion slots could bring, or the generics. If they give some type of arcane barrier that is like actually playable in Warrior, that'd be pretty good. Like Tekla Vossen got some arcane barrier, so why not Warrior get some arcane barrier? Okay, Lightning Surge from hand? Arsenal. Hand. That was from hand. Okay, so again, we just have too many go-agains now. Shift the Tide of Battle is really good, though, so we'll probably play this. We can actually block with every card. And courage. And then we could go like shift. Yeah. We don't need this is the least valuable card, so we'll block with that. We saw them pitch a lightning press on turn 0. Okay, 2 go again. And what in the world could this be? Huh. I actually just want to block this, I think. Like, even if that's CNC, we can block here, here, here. It's pretty good. I think we're going to go with these. Just to attack with these. I think we just use armor. Because with 2 counters on Dawnblade, we need to be swinging this thing. Putting a lot of pressure on their life total. This, combining with this, is an interaction I actually haven't thought of. But I thought about it, but I've never seen it. And now it's like, oh man, this is such a perfectly designed card. All right, we get an agility. So that means we don't need any cards in our hand to present. We can block 13 this turn if we want to. We can break Courage and swing. And that should do it. Courage of Bladehold just so strong once you have counters, because you can block all the way down, and if you generate an agility some way. Photon Rush, what in the world is this? Okay, you played Weave Lightning. Okay. Well, gain double go again. Interesting. Okay. We don't need any of these cards. Let's start blocking. Actually, we could block with the double blues, right? You could keep the Blade Flurries. Okay. Yeah, if an on hit it comes, we can block with Verses and a Blade Flurry. Interesting. So this works on weapons as well. Huh. Okay. I guess we keep our health a little bit high would be good. I mean, he should be dead this turn. We got a Courage and an Agility. And you know what goes well with Courage tokens? Courage of Bladehold. Disrespect the glistening and you're dead, bro. Exactly. You're not dead immediately, but down the road you are gonna die. GG. Good game. Some lightning presses, some art of wars, yeah. Plunder runs, right? No plunder runs. I guess you could kind of play it like Briar. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, for those of you just joining us, this is the list we've been playing. Do you want to try playing into Enigma New Moon after this? Sure. I can play against you, Galaxy. I'll make a... why don't you make a Blitz game and I'll join you? So yeah, this is the list we've been playing. We still haven't sideboarded in Router Ironsong Determination, but I have a feeling we will. This sideboard might not be right. It's okay, though, I think. We're going to get a Shadow Warrior and Monarch Part 3. I mean, I think we're going to get Lake Dory, right? She's basically a light hero, right? All right. Chaotic Galaxy, you... I do not see an Enigma New Moon game. I see a Terra game. Oh, no, I see it now. Okay. All right, so this is a new hero from last set. Equipment you own get cloaked. Okay. Instant for 3 chi, turn target face down equipment you have equipped face up. If it has ward, create 3 spectral shield tokens. So, okay. Okay. Does this Enigma draw cards? Orihan? They probably don't, right? And generally against Enigma, we want as much damage as possible. So route and determination and sigils, I guess. I think we have enough armor to deal with the breakpoints. So sigil doesn't really help us though. But we're going second, so maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. If there was someone join the room, they do depending on the build. Draw 2. Gasp, but Josh Laupang without route. Hey, so it depends if you go first or second, man. Okay, so they played Shimmers and passed. So we need to kill this. So I'm thinking using these 3 cards and arsenaling this in the swing. Yep, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so we can play the Goblet in the second attack, withhold information a little bit. So we can actually Ironsong versus pitch. Hit and run, and then swing at them. Oh, this is an Iris build. Okay, interesting. Gotta have your signature 1 route. Yeah, I guess you do. Fate foreseen from hand, sure. For some reason, Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy is a struggle for me. I get it in theory, but man, is it hard. Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy, like I said when we were doing the deck build, you have to be very selective with which hands you attack with. Very selective. If it's like if it's mediocre and doesn't have a threat, just block. You want the game to go long anyways. Okay. Okay, this is quite annoying. Huh. 1 extra card from them. That's weird. I guess I didn't put a lot of pressure on, so maybe they are going to get IP'd. Okay, so we have Vigor, we have Agility. I mean, we don't really... We could put the hit and run in Arsenal and keep everything. I think we just block like this. That way we have the option of crowning if we want to. How did that have go again? Or did he play this as an instant? Okay. All right. All right. Wow, for some reason the images are not loading. Okay, so we have agility, we have a vigor, so let's play slice and dice. Slice and dice. And do we go with the Iron Song versus on the first or second attack? I think we go on the second attack because we have the in the swing. So we just push this forward. Okay. So that hit. Interesting. Okay, we can go Iron Song versus pitching the blue. And swing for 9. Probably it's gonna be 12. Restless Coalescence is an instant. Yes. He may have Aqualapse as well. Yep. I have not seen this card in a long time. What in the world is this? This is from Dynasty Spectral Prowler? Wow. I didn't even know this was a card, guys. This is from Dynasty. I don't remember seeing this in any of the drafts. What the hell? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we're probably going to get a Courage Shoken, which is nice. Arsenal this. We have a guaranteed go again, which is nice. Okay, Phantasmaclasm. Very annoying. It's going to put a card to the bottom. There's no good choices here for him. I think we crowned the driving blade to the bottom. I don't really like the Iron Song Determination either here. Kind of want to just preserve life. If we crown this to the bottom, how does this hand improve? Right now, we're relying on the precision press probably for go again. So it has to be, we have to crown into a 0 cost. We could also just put whatever we draw into Arsenal. Okay, this needs... we're 1 resource short. Okay, so I think we just Arsenal the Glistening. We just play these out. Precision press swing. Doesn't feel amazing, but that's really the only thing that we can do. If this was gore belching, this would be disgusting. This is why gore belching is better than nourishing, because we don't have to keep 2 cards. Dynasty had all the spectral shield support, and none of it is running Enigma. I didn't even know this was the card, guys. You see what I did. All right, we Arsenal the Glistening. All right, we really want to like a Blade Flurry or something like that. Singing Steel Blade would be good. Okay. All right, gore belching is pretty good with his hand, actually. So we can Dawnblade, Gorebelt, or sorry, Dawnblade using Glistening as a first. Ooh, actually we have options now that he just passed. What the heck? What? Okay, so he... Okay, so Enigma turned this up before they were at 1. Okay. Huh. Okay, that's the first time I ever saw that. Okay. So Glistening, swings, hit and run, swing, gore belching, arsenal the other glistening is the play. And this looks absolutely terrifying because I pitched an overpower and I have 5 card hand with a glistening. Okay, a lot of ward. They're just gonna let some of their ward die, sure. Or do they have a no? Sink or fate. Okay, no. All right, so go hit and run into Dawnblade, into gore belching. Suddenly, Ward 4. Get your cold foil heirlooms of rabbit hide now, guys. Enigma just put 7 life on the board. Yes, they did. I think there's really, really ridiculous turn 0 starts that you can have with this hero, right? You like double transcend, flip over a bunch of ward. Like you start at like 30 health. Okay, so no blocks on this. Interesting. They're only warding 2. So they have to have a direct or I get a counter. Maybe they think it's worth giving a counter now. Oh no, he has so much ward, it's not gonna work like that. Okay, so gore belching. Gonna reveal a ton of cards. They still have rabbit hide. Yep, exactly. Gore belching. When this attacks, reveal cards. And we revealed Rouse, obviously. Oh, I just realized that you banished the card that you reveal. Okay, so this is very bad against Codex decks. Never mind. Whoops. Get your cold foil snag. No. Don't snag. You can't snag my gore belching. That doesn't do anything. Rouse is not just... Okay, Rouse is banished. Okay, that's actually way less good then. Because you can only do it once. Okay. They played Shimmers. They activated Enigma New Moon, turned Diadem of Dream State up, which made 3 Spectral Shields. Diadem states, once per turn, when this or a non-token permanent you control ward is destroyed. You may pay 1 if you do create a ponder token. Non-token permanent. That's this one. Okay, Arsenal this. Okay, we got a Singing Steel Blade. We still have our Courage. This hand... I mean, it's... It's okay. Okay, so we're going to go Glistening and Supremacy and Break Courage. And swing. Pitching the Singing Steel Blade so we can block with this. Okay, we don't need that. Yeah, okay, so we should be okay. All right, we break Courage. We play Glistening. We switch this. Maybe keeping the Spoils of War was better there. I don't know. Fate from hand, sure. Ward 2, no ward on this, so he has 5 ward right now. Opted to the bottom. So if he doesn't give me a card here, he's going to die. He probably will. You have to, right? Has 5 block right now. Greedy. Pitch a chi, flip one of these over, right? No, sink blow from Arsenal, okay. Sunk a card. Still going to lose a lot of their board. Just play a second Rouse versus Codex text. Well, what happens if Rouse review... Wait, hold on. Yeah, maybe that's actually the play. Hold the line. All right. Drop in the ocean, sure. Not really, but... oh, boy. Ew. Okay, so we pitch a hit and run to attack. We'll play these. So we don't need a glint right now, so we can go like this. Or we can actually pitch the hit and run. Block with the hit and run. Gives so much information when we block or pitch the glint. Okay, so this is going to give less information now. Decent chance they have a defensive card in hand. I shouldn't have activated Iron Song versus. He's at 1. 5 damage at him or take out the Shimmers. This Shimmers is getting out of control. He could swing 3 times at me if he has 3 blues. I don't know. Thinking on the attack. If I send it at Enigma, still has so much ward. I needed to. Did I cited it Iron Song Determination, right? So getting rid of the ward might be the play. Let's go after her. Has to give me cards or lose some of the board. I don't know if this is correct, but hopefully. This hero's damn annoying to play against. Okay, we're just gonna lose. Presume the headpiece and 3 shields. Oh, okay. Okay. This is super annoying. Oh, we died a drop in the ocean, don't we? Or grain. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. Very annoying. Well, this is very, very similar to Dawnblade against the other Enigma. Like, they get a board, you can't clear it. You don't have high enough damage output. Sad day. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, now we have to take out the shimmers. Generally, I like to kill this, but I got greedy. This is going to help against all these breakpoints. What's my path to victory here? We already used the Iron Song Determination. Do we have Route still in our deck? This is very bad. We basically lose from here unless we... Well, our second sigil could help us, actually. Well, there's a second sigil. He's going to still attack us 3 times. It's very, very bad. Oh, GG. Okay, GG. I mean, Warrior really doesn't want to play against Illusionist, and that's a good example. Yeah. So when they have 6 defensive cards, it's pretty hard to clear the board. They can also create extra defensive cards. So GG. GG. Chorus, I don't even think would it really help. Maybe it does. But I mean, just in general, you don't want to play Illusionist as War. 100% Illusionist moment? Yeah, exactly. Shimmer's on board, not like this. Yeah. Generally, we want to take that out. I mean, adding choruses to the deck list probably doesn't hurt. To be frank, extra attack reactions probably would have been better. Like, I'm still not sure about route and determination in this deck. These could just be 2 more offensive cards, and I think it would be better. What did you think? It's my friends list is quite fun. Seems good into everything but Zen. Seems like a pretty solid list to me. Good game. Don't you miss the days of farming dragons until you had 12 Dawnblade counters? Those were the days, Brad. Please change upload tradition to Wave of Reality. Could be. I really do think these 2 cards are probably needs to be changed. But I'm not sure what. It could just be sharpened steel. That's kind of boring. We could make them into actual poppers. Could make it into lead with speed. Could make it into commanding performance, maybe. Iron Song response would be like the simplest one. It's probably correct to have at least one Iron Song response. That way the Singing Steel Blade has a target. Like 90% of the time you'd get Blade Flurry, but sometimes Singing Steel Blade and Iron Song response is exactly full. Especially if it's on the second attack, you wouldn't want to tutor for Blade Flurry. But you could just tutor for In the Swing then, so... I don't know. Puncture out for blood is possible. Chorus might just be better. I don't know. Take it on the chin might actually be the best. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys. Do you really need Emboldened Blade? No, you don't. This could be an extra goblet or whatever. Dusk Path Pilgrimage. You need multiple sources of go again. Nature's Path. Like puncture a lot. The thing is, like, we don't need our stuff to hit. I think Iron Song response might be the best because it synergizes with Glistening the best. But, like, literally, if they have any armor at all, the Glistening on the Dawnblade Resplendent gets blocked, right? It's just, you attack for 2, they block with 2 armor, and then you have to have Blade Flurry. I don't know, guys. Old list had 2 response, 2 puncture. I feel like these might just... This might be my bias from playing the other Dorinthea. It's like, oh, you gotta have determination and route. Maybe you don't need these. Let's remove route and determination. This pains me. I guess Iron Song response is probably the best. We'll add these to the sideboard. And so you basically, yeah, 36 cards. The issue is I'm not seeing matchups where you would. The sideboard's super clunky. You could only bring in 4 of these in every matchup. I'm not a fan of Glistening Steelblade. It's too slow in my opinion. Bro, we're playing Quicksilver Prodigy. We're playing Glistening. For CC Dorinthea Iron Song, I do agree. Dusk Path Refraction Bolters. Could be. I don't know. Well, guys, I think this is roughly good enough. You could try the commanding performance or chorus. I think the Iron Song response is just fine though. All right, I think this is where we're gonna end it. Once again, if you guys want to try out Quickie P, here you guys go. You'd rather play Unga Bunga as the Blitz deck if you want unfair Blitz here. If you want to win in Blitz, go play them. Just that simple, guys. It's just that simple. Alpha Ram, or you could just play Reinhardt as well. He's a good choice. All right, guys. I'm gonna be getting going. I guess before I end, I gotta shout out Kyle for sending me this shirt. I think this is one of the greatest shirts ever. Straight out of charts. For those of you who know, you know. Oh man, we had a picture at the World Championship. We took a photo, and somebody made it into a meme. So, all right. Thanks for the stream. If you want to win any format, play Zen or New. Exactly. I lost my ProQuest Plus to Zen without making any mistakes. That is how it goes. Very good shirt. I agree. My friend got first turn killed against Zen. That happens a lot. Thanks for the stream, Josh. Well, thank you for watching, Emery. If you want to win CC Blitz or LL play Zen, yeah, that is basically the cheat code at the moment. But if you want to have fun and you want to play a deck that's like tier 2, Dory Quicksilver Prodigy is your girl. I also do think you could probably run OTK Bolton with Solar Flexus, so that would also be pretty good. Now you want that shirt? I think it's available at TheCardGuyz.com. I think. So you can check it out there. Working on a functional list for Terra with Ed right now. He will be much more functional as soon as the next set comes out. He got first turn killed live on the future table. Which you can send me a link of that. I want to see Zen killing somebody on turn 0. If you want to have fun, don't play Zen. Well, for some people, winning is fun. For me, winning against broken shit as warrior is fun. That's where I get my pleasure out of it. Every single time I beat an Oldhim with Dorinthea, I just go, yo, bro. You're supposed to win this, man. And you lose when you have a D-React stapled to your hero ability. Anyways, ProQuest plus Bali. Ah, okay. There you go. All right, guys. I'm gonna get going. Thanks for joining me for this week of Blitz shenanigans. Quick reminder. Tomorrow we are launching the A to Z series right here at the Card Guys channel. Episode 1 is about Dorinthea Ironsong. I have with me on that episode Shin Inoue, also known as Nixie. You guys will, if you love Dorinthea, or if you just want to know more about Dorinthea, maybe we even do a section on how to play against Dorinthea. That will be a very, very good video. We are planning on making an episode for every single hero in the game. So there's 31 heroes after Rosetta comes out, so there will be 31 episodes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that series. That'll be good fun. I'd rather play a B tier deck and coincidentally outmatch the best deck. Yeah, exactly. Every single time I beat an S tier deck with a B tier deck, I'm just all warm and fuzzy inside. That's the link if you want to watch. Wouldn't take more than 5 minutes. I don't see the link. I think YouTube deletes it. So maybe you have to message me on Discord or just tell me what to search for. All right, guys. This has been Joshua at TheCardGuyz. I hope you have a good weekend. Weekday. It's only Tuesday. A good week. Let's just put it that way. All right. I'm